We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Winston. He leaves this one for Howard. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Deion Jones in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And finding the tight end, Hooper. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This one caught by Ridley. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to work. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
And the sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it, because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board. All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, it looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 is the general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Winston now. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They go play action here on first down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the shotgun, it's Winston. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphries. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
And a loss of 3 to bring up fourth.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on third down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
They're going to try for it on fourth. Winston stays out there. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And Brake has it over the middle. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down.
Hey, let's get it working.
Play fake. Winston. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. On first and goal, Howard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And they'll go on the ground. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Here we go. 3-19.
On play action, they'll throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Now they'll run it on the toss. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Switch it up here and look to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Coleman has it here right side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. A handoff to Penny, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. They're going to look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it with Coleman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing, Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Grady Jarrett. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 22. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. And that one is now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Cardinals. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Bucs decided to take a timeout defensively, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll drop to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The Falcons send out their punter. Adam Humphries deep for Tampa Bay. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Final play of the half here, Winston. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Shifts by him. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So out come the Falcons now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They will run again with Coleman. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Now back to throw. And it's complete. Hooper. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Green, 39.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 4-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Detroit! Blue 90!
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
But we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it. Putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Green, triple C. Easy.
On 2nd down, Winston again. He leads this one for Howard. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Breaks a tackle. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Back to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now on first down, he'll drop the thrower. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to get him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56. Green, 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Room to run past midfield. And he will find Ridley on the left side. Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on first down. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On first down, they run with Howard. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got fouled up.
And he finds Howard complete. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Winston now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Bucs on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down. So now Catanzaro comes on in a pressure spot. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Give them 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Following the interception, Winston. That is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Let's go now.
Third and long for Winston. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 15 yards through the air on a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
This quarterback now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Now a handoff looking right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And on the ground they go with a running back. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Falcons on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So out come the Bucs now. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He finds an opening past the 40. That's caught by Howard. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Winston now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down.
Hey, stop. Let's go. Ready, stop. Let's go. Hey, stop. Let's go. Hey, stop.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. They still need one completion for field goal range.
And just think about what they're going over in the huddle right now. Make the catch, get out of bounds. That's going to be tough to do. So make the catch, get up to the line of scrimmage, and clock it to have one last shot.
They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And they will spike it with time remaining. And now they'll at least have a shot at a field goal here that could get them to overtime. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And no, wide left. It's no good. And a tough finish to this one. So 3 points, the deciding margin, and the kick no good at the end that could have sent us to overtime. And while it was a decently long kick, we've almost gotten to the point with these kickers these days. Anything inside 60, we just expect them to make it. But that was a tough pressure kick.
I love how you brought that up, though. That is so true because the kickers have almost done themselves a disservice by being so good. Exactly right. And when they do miss it, I'm not sure we give enough gravity to the idea of, that's a really long kick in a difficult situation, folks. Tough attempt, and he missed.
So for the Falcons, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.